Hello, Jojo Zaho. How are you doing, darling?
Good, how are you, Dal?
Yeah, I'm great. Firstly, can I say what a fabulous name you have? Are you from a family of Zahos?
No, I'm the first of my name.
Oh, first of your name. Can I join the Zahos? Woodrow Zaho's got a nice ring to it, you know?
Yeah, it does. Do you have the whole lifestyle?
Oh, well, maybe a few years ago, but you know, I've got the experience.
Yeah, as long as you've got the experience of the whole phase.
Well, look, first, let me say congratulations on making it to the first ever Drag Race Down Under and for representing your Indigenous culture so proudly. How are you feeling now you've seen the episode and had time to process it? Because I know it can be a bit of a roller coaster being on that show.
Absolutely. Now that it's all out there and my episode's out in the world, I can breathe easy now. I don't have to keep lying like, oh, I go pretty far, or like everyone's like, oh, how far do you go? I was like, oh, well, you know, might be at the top, kind of, yeah.
Now look, for Jojo, we are not here to fuck spiders, okay? Today,
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. We are going to be making a Drag Race Yearbook to celebrate your time on the show. But there's a catch. You must nominate your fellow queens in the following yearbook categories. The only rule is you can't nominate yourself. Got it?
Okay.
All right.
Category is
Best Look.
Well, it's so hard. There were so many.
There were so many great ones.
Best look, I'd probably have to say Art Simone. Just because it's whimsical, it was fun, it was quintessential art. Like, she's pretty much wearing an Art Attack backdrop as an entire costume, and I absolutely adored it.
I'm not here to spiders.
There were so many great looks though. I loved Coco's look, the gorilla. That was
amazing.
I
thought you meant entrance look.
Oh no, well it could be any look from the episode.
Okay,
any look.
Okay, so that just got even harder.
Because there were 2 runways as well, so there's a lot to choose from. Like Karen's naked look was great, you know. Like
well actually, I'd probably have to say her born naked look was probably one of my favorites because it was very much storytelling, and that's what I love most about drag. Like, it told the story of, we all have that one auntie that spends too much time under the sun, and those tan lines that just, she's 2 different colors. Oh my God, I love your coffee mug.
Oh, it's nice, it's different, it's unusual.
Yes, it's nice, I like it. You know, I'd probably have to say Karen's, especially when she came out with the yellow bush.
Oh my God, it was iconic.
The curtains. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your hometown runway, which you made yourself, so extra points for that. And it came with an important message, always was, always will be. So for those in the UK and around the world that might not know, what is the importance of that message?
So for me, it was about giving an international audience something to Google that would lead them to a kind of a history lesson on Australia's First Nation history and all the good, the bad, the ugly that comes with that history. And it was one of those things that the world seems to know a lot about America's First Nation people and their struggles, and Canada's First Nation people. But a lot isn't really known about Australia's First Nation people and their struggles. Even by the majority of Australians still don't quite fully know the complete history. So for me, it was such an important message. Like, I knew that the international audience wouldn't understand what it meant, but I hoped that it would encourage them to Google it.
I think that's really the power of this show, to bring messages like that to light. And I think there's been so many great examples of it on recent series. And I thought what you did was so important and beautiful as well. So well done on doing that. And then your looks, you know, the judges said you had all the ingredients there, but the finishing touches weren't quite right. What do you think about that critique looking back on it now?
Well, I would honestly, I'd have to agree, because there's so many looks that you've got to prepare in such a short amount of time. And because I don't have the finances to hire people to make stuff for me. So I made like 99% of my costumes myself. So it was one of those things that the ball was slipped on, just small little details that, if had have been fine-tuned, would have been executed perfectly. All I can do is kind of take that as a lesson and make sure that before I present something, that even the smallest details are completed.
Well, talking of small details, it was the pubic hair for me, Jojo. I thought we might get a little bit of bush on Drag Race Down Under, and I guess I was right.
I thought I'd keep it all natural.
category is
Shadiest Queen.
I'd have to go with Coco. She throws some great shade. I live
she
for it.
She was hilarious. She was so funny. And watching it, the queens seemed quite brutal with each other, but it seemed also like everyone was in on that as well. So is that because the queens all knew each other, or is that just the Australian humour coming out?
It's a bit of both. We all knew each other and we're all comfortable with each other to kind of like go in hard. And that's one of the things about Aussie humour, is that it's very much tongue-in-cheek and kind of taking the piss out of your mates. And like, we've got a saying over here, I don't know if you'll be able to post this, but we've got a saying where you call your mates cunt and you cunt mate. And that's one of the things, like, it's just such a family-orientated kind of community, the drag here. So we go in pretty hard, we go in pretty savage, but we take it on the chin. Like, I've had some great shade thrown at me where I've just been absolutely speechless. And I'm just like, all right, let me buy you a drink. That was great. You're a bitch. Let's be friends. And it's one of those things, it's like, okay, I can say that stuff about Electra, but if anyone else was to say it, I give them a good slap.
Yeah, exactly. I think the audience loved it. You know, on my timeline, people were living for like just how savage you were. So keep it up, basically.
It's a breath of fresh air. Because I find that some of the other seasons, it's almost like they try and avoid being shady. And so when they are shady, sometimes it's just mean or they're just fighting. Whereas I think with Aussie drag, like, it's very much tongue-in-cheek, like on the nose, straight to the point. You look like shit, but we're friends, so it's okay.
Category is
Class Clown.
I would have to say probably Anita. She's very fun. She's that class clown with ADHD, basically. She's like bouncing off the walls and she's constantly making you laugh. And like, she slows down and she's very caring and loving. But yeah, absolutely Anita.
She was written down on my notes as well. I live for her laugh and just her whole demeanour. She seems nuts. I adore her.
Yeah, like I say, she came out of the womb doing spirit fingers. She's camp as hell.
category is
Miss Congeniality.
I feel like you might go for Coco because you had a nice moment before the lip sync. But tell me, who would be your Miss Congeniality of the season?
From what I've seen in my experience, definitely etc.
Tell me a bit about that.
Oh, she's there to help her sister out. Like when Scarlett's costume kind of broke, she was there offering as much help as she could and giving ideas on how to sew it so it's not so obvious. Yeah, definitely etc. And she's just such a lovely person.
Yeah. Now, having to lip sync for your life is never easy, but being the first one up is extra hard. So tell me, what was running through your head when your name got called out and the lights went down and you got to do it? What was that experience like?
It was kind of like in a daze. Like I watched it and I'm kind of non-reactionary, like watching the whole thing through a VR headset, and then the lights dim and the red lights come on and you can hear the lights change and the sound effects come on. It's just like you kind of snap out of it and you're like, oh okay, let's do this then. It's very like a slap in the face with the reality of this is actually happening. You could potentially be going home. So then you kind of get this fight of, okay, I know that she's a dancer. I may not be able to do what she does, but like it's a song that I can have fun with and be campy and give a lot of like weird faces and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you see them do the splits and pull out all these tricks, because I can't do those things either, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, my heart would sink. I would be like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Absolutely. My heart absolutely sank. You can see it. I gestured to her and she's gone up. And as soon as she went up in my mind, I'm like, oh shit. And like I kind of my heart just broke. I'm like, I'm not going to survive this. I'm like, she's got this level of tricks and I'm just not that kind of queen. Like, it's not so much it's unfair. It's, well, these are the tools that she came with and she might not necessarily have the tools that I came with. It's just one of those things that worked out the way it did. And at that point I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to go home because of this, then let's enjoy it. Let's have fun. Let's be stupid. Let's just soak up every single millisecond that's happening right now and absorb it all and never forget it.
Oh, that's the spirit.
category is
Biggest bogan.
Shut up, no one asked you. I can't nominate myself.
Who's
My
that in the
partner.
background?
That's my partner. He's like, bloody you. Actually, no, yeah, Art's a bit of a bogan.
Art, okay.
Yeah, she looks polished, but underneath all that, she's just as bogan as the rest of us.
All right, last thing is we always end these videos with a yearbook quote. So what quote, and it could be absolutely anything, would you like to be remembered by, Jojo?
I'm trying to think what's fun and cheeky. My shade and humour might be as dry as Electra's wig, but much like her, I don't care what you think, I love it anyway.
Hey! Oh, I love that. Jojo, we loved your fab originality and we can't wait to see what you get up to next. Where can everyone find and support you?
So you can find me on Twitter at Zaho_Jojo. You can find me on Instagram at Jojo_Zaho. You can find me on TikTok at Jojo Zaho. And hopefully in a couple months' time, maybe, who knows, you can find us touring somewhere in the UK.
Yes, come on over, Jojo.
It is the goal. It is the goal.
Yeah, I'll be down at the front, babe.
Yeah, I'll buy you a drink.
Lovely to speak to you, Han, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much for having me. Absolute pleasure.